It stopped. Okay. So, all right, we're in 1 Kings 18, continuation to coming out the wilderness, part 1. Okay. So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How is Obadiah pronounced?
Okay, I found this on the web for how is Obadiah pronounced. Check it out.
Obadiah. Obaden.
We are looking at how to pronounce this biblical name as well as how to say more interesting names from the Bible. This is the name of a prophet. How do you say it? Obadiah. Obadiah. It is.
Okay. It's Obadiah. Wow. Wasn't I off? Obadiah. Obadiah. Okay. Thank you for that, sir. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go on. And just So they divided the land between them to pass throughout it. Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. Elijah meets Obadiah and sends him to Ahab. And as Obadiah was in the way, behold, Elijah met him, and he knew him, and fell on his face and said, Art thou not my Lord Elijah? And he answered him, I am. Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And he said, What have I sinned, that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me? I guess you couldn't go to the king unless the king called for you. God is hiding them kings. Okay. And he said, As the Lord thy God liveth, there is no nation or kingdom whither my Lord have not sent me to seek thee. And when they said, He is not there, he took an oath of the kingdom and nation that they found thee not. And now thou sayest, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. Oh, so I guess something, let me see. Okay. He is saying that Ahab sent Obadiah, right? Obadiah to look for Elisha. And he went, Elijah. He went looking in all the nations and in all the kingdoms that he sent him. And he came back and told him he's not there. So that's why he's saying, What have I sinned that thou wouldest deliver thy servant into the hand of Ahab to slay me? So that means you sending me back to this man to give this man a message from someone that I said I couldn't find. Okay, this is interesting, right? So let's go on. Okay. And he did an oath. He took an oath stating that he did not find. Obadiah took an oath to Ahab, stating that he did not find Elijah. And now you telling me to go and let these people know. Let this king know. So you sending me to get slayed. Let's see what happens. And now thou sayest, Go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah is here. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee whither I know. That's funny. That is so funny. You sending me to do this, and I go, and I tell him that you are here. And then they come looking for you. The Spirit of God done took you somewhere else. And here I am back. Now you about to get me killed because now I'm looking like a liar. So funny. These people is so funny. I'm sorry, my mirror is here. Okay, so let's go on. Let's see. This is really interesting. Okay. And it shall come to pass, as soon as I am gone from thee, that the Spirit of the Lord shall carry thee whither I know not. And so when I come and tell Ahab, and he cannot find thee, he shall slay me. But I, thy servant, fear the Lord from my youth. So he had respect for God from the time he was little. Okay, let's go on. Let's see what Elijah says. Okay. Was it not told, my Lord, what I did when Jezebel slew the prophets of the Lord? He's still talking. How I hid 100 men of the Lord's prophets by 50 in a cave and fed them with bread and water. And now thou sayest, go tell thy Lord, behold, Elijah's here, and he shall slay me. Okay, he shall slay me. And Elijah said, as the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, I will surely shew myself unto him today. So Obadiah went to meet Ahab and told him, and Ahab went to meet Elijah. Elijah challenges Ahab and his false prophets to a miraculous demonstration. See all the stuff that had to take place before we get down to the Israelites? Okay, let's go on. Let's see what I want to know what happened to. How in the crazy did they get down to this? Apparently, by the time they got to 2 Kings, the 3rd chapter, the drought was still on. Okay, let's go on. And Elijah was dead. Elisha was down in place now. I got a notification. Okay. All right. Elijah challenges Ahab and his false prophet to a miraculous demonstration. And it came to pass, I think this had to do with the water, not the water, with the fire. And let me say it first. I think this part of this scripture is speaking about Ahab and Elijah and the fire, and they talking about calling on their God to send the water and send the rain. And who remember Ahab was serving Baal statues. So the truth had to come out. Whichever God come and answer by fire, that's the God that I believe Elijah said he would serve. So let's see. Now I get to know the story for sure. Okay. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, art thou he that troubleth Israel? And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house. This is what I'm saying. God got people that ain't scared of the devil. Somebody else probably been, what? What are you talking about? No, he said, I ain't trouble Israel. I trouble your house. You the one that's acting up. You the one that's serving Baals and got his people serving Baal too. Serving idols. So I ain't come to I'm looking up there. I ain't trouble Israel, so don't be telling that fib. Me ain't trouble no one. Me trouble you. Because you are the one, you are the bad, I was going to say prophet. You are the bad king. Okay, so this is what Elijah said. And he answered, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast followed Balaam. And you got Israel doing the same thing. That's why I say, leaders, make sure that you're doing what God say do. You ain't in your own spirit. You ain't in your own decision leading people, because you are responsible for the souls of your congregation. Don't be fooled. Don't think you ain't responsible. If you telling them the right thing, preaching the right thing, teaching them the right thing, and they decide to make the decision to go the wrong way, no, you're not responsible. But in all, you don't stop telling them. You don't say, oh, well, they're going to go and do what they're going to do anyway. No, you still preach to them. There's some preachers out there is to preach to the saints, and some of them to preach to the sinners. We are to witness to the sinners. Everybody that saves sanctified with the Holy Ghost is supposed to witness to sinners, to get them to come into the kingdom. But as a preacher, there's two types of preachers. Now, there may be more, but this is my definition. The preacher to preach to the sinner man, and the preacher to preach to the saint, to the congregation. So, for instance, Bishop, when he preached straight to the congregation, to the saints. He's a saint preacher. He preached to us, telling us what we're supposed to do, what we need to do. Me, I preach to the sinner. I mean, the saint come in there too. But I preach to the sinner. That's my assignment. Put it that way. Okay, not talking about me. Let's go on with the story. Now, therefore, send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel. Only Israel. He ain't talking about his people that's underneath Baal. Only Israel. Israel is in captivity under the king of Ahab. That's what they get. They wanted kings. Be careful what you ask for. Because when God give it to you, you may not be able to handle it. He going to give you what you asked for so that you can see that you didn't need it. You should have depended on him from the get-go. So they wanted these kings, and they got these kings. First king, second king. I think we only got first and second king. In those two chapters, two books, is letting us know the different kings. Okay. So now let's go on. Send me all Israel. Send and gather. Now therefore send and gather to me all Israel unto Mount Carmel. And the prophets of Baal, 450, and the prophets of the groves, 400, which eat at Jezebel's table. Now, he's actually telling them how many people to bring to Mount Carmel. No more than 400, the prophets of Baal, 450, and the prophets of the groves, 400. The ones that sit at Jezebel's table. So Ahab sent unto all the children of Israel, and gathered the prophets together unto Mount Carmel. So that means all the people of Israel that Ahab was control over, Elijah told him to bring it to Carmel. Don't leave nobody out. Bring them all. But these is how many I want you to bring of your people. This is it. This 450 and 400. Okay. So that's 850 altogether. Okay. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Lord be God, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people didn't answer him a word. How long are you halt? So apparently, the children of Israel was halt in between opinions too. Whether they should serve God or whether they should serve the king. That's why they was in bondage. Because they didn't want to serve God no more. They wanted the benefits of God, but they didn't want to serve him. They wanted a king where they could see and get instructions from him, but still in all wanted the benefits of God. So how long halt ye between two opinions? You got to make up your mind. Okay. This is what Elijah was saying. Then said Elijah unto the people, I, even I only, remain a prophet of the Lord. But Baal's prophet are 450 men. I love how he is just sarcastically making fun of these people. Here I am by myself, only me. Only me. And I guess maybe he can get a little big-headed. Only me. I'm over here. The Lord is using me. I'm over here telling the people what's going to be, what's going to happen, and God is bringing it to pass. Just me by myself. I don't need all these prophets.